Hi everyone, Zara here again, with another edition of Style Drops. This one is on the silent message color plays in our spaces. Have you ever walked into a room and immediately feel energized? Or perhaps even had the experience that when you step into a space you instantly wanted to leave? That's not an accident. That's the subtle energy influences within the space, and what many don't realize is how color silently influences your mood, behavior, and even your productivity without you realizing it. While we often choose paint colors based on what looks pretty or what's trending on Instagram, the colors that surround us every day are actually rewiring our brains and affecting our daily lives in profound ways. Understanding this hidden power can help you create spaces that don't just look good, but actually make you feel the way you want to feel within a given space. The science behind color and emotion, color psychology, isn't just interior design theory. It's backed by decades of research, showing how different wavelengths of light trigger specific neurological and physiological responses. When light hits our eyes, it doesn't just help us see, it sends signals directly to our brain's emotional and hormonal centers. Red, for instance, literally raises your heart rate and blood pressure. Blue has been shown to lower stress hormones and promote calm. Green can reduce eye strain and improve focus. These aren't subtle effects. They're measurable, physical changes that happen within minutes of exposure. The fascinating part? These responses are largely universal across cultures, suggesting they're hardwired into our human biology rather than learned behaviors. That means the color choices you make in your home are having a consistent, predictable impact on everyone who spends time there. Red is the most psychologically stimulating color in our visual spectrum, which explains why it's used everywhere from stop signs to restaurant interiors. In your home, red can be a powerful tool for spaces where you want energy, passion, and social connection. Red increases appetite and conversation, making it excellent for dining rooms where you want lively dinner parties. It can boost confidence and assertiveness, however. Too much red can trigger anxiety and aggression, so it's best used as an accent, rather than a dominant color. Consider adding red accent tones for spaces where you want to feel energized and engaged. Workout rooms, social spaces, or anywhere you need motivation. Avoid it in bedrooms where you're trying to wind down, or in already stressful areas like home offices, where you need to stay calm under pressure. Blue, the universal calmer. If red is the accelerator, blue is the brake pedal of color psychology. Blue literally slows your heart rate, reduces blood pressure, and triggers the release of calming neurotransmitters. It's why hospitals use blue scrubs, and why social media platforms choose blue logos. It makes people feel safe and trustworthy. Different shades of blue create different psychological effects. Light blues evoke feelings of peace and tranquility, making them perfect for bedrooms and bathrooms where relaxation is key. Navy and deeper blues feel more grounding and sophisticated, working well in living rooms where you want calm conversation without feeling sleepy. Blue also enhances mental clarity and focus, which is why it's excellent for home offices and study spaces. However, too much blue can feel cold or even depressing, especially in spaces without adequate natural light. Balance blue with warm whites, natural wood, or soft yellows to prevent it from feeling sterile. Green, the balance keeper green, occupies the perfect middle ground in our visual spectrum, requiring the least eye strain to process. Perfect color for surgical scrubs. This color makes it psychologically restful and emotionally balancing. It's the color equivalent of taking a deep breath. Green promotes feelings of harmony, growth, and renewal, while reducing mental fatigue. It's particularly powerful in spaces where you spend long periods of time, like bedrooms or offices. Because it doesn't overstimulate but also doesn't sedate, green can improve concentration without causing stress, making it ideal for creative workspaces or reading nooks. Sage greens and olive tones feel sophisticated and grounding, while brighter greens can energize without overstimulating. Forest greens create a cocooning effect that makes spaces feel intimate and protected. Green works especially well in spaces where you want to feel connected to nature or need emotional restoration after stressful days. Now let's flow into yellow and how it stimulates the production of serotonin, the same neurotransmitter targeted by antidepressants. It's the color of optimism and mental stimulation, capable of lifting moods and encouraging creativity. Yellow can make spaces feel larger and brighter, which is why it works so well in small or dark rooms. Soft, buttery yellows create warmth and comfort without overwhelming, making them perfect for kitchens where you want to feel welcoming and nourished. Brighter yellows boost energy and creativity, working well in craft rooms, playrooms, or any space dedicated to creative pursuits. However, yellow requires careful handling. Too much bright yellow can trigger anxiety and restlessness, and it can be particularly challenging for people prone to stress. It's often better used as an accent color, or in spaces where you spend shorter periods of time. Purple or violet has historically been associated with royalty, luxury, and spirituality, partly because purple dyes were once rare and expensive to extract. Psychologically, purple encourages introspection and creativity, while promoting a sense of luxury and sophistication. Lavender and light purples can be as calming as blue, while feeling more personal and intimate. Deeper purples like eggplant or plum create drama and richness, making spaces feel more luxurious and special. Purple is excellent for bedrooms where you want to feel pampered, or in creative spaces where you want to encourage innovative thinking. Purple works particularly well for people who want their homes to feel unique and personal, rather than following mainstream trends. It's a color that encourages individual expression, and can make spaces feel more curated and intentional. Beiges, grays, and whites might seem psychologically neutral, but they have subtle yet significant effects on our mental state. Warm whites and creams create a sense of cleanliness and spaciousness, while maintaining warmth. Cool whites can feel fresh and energizing, but may seem stark and cold without warm accents. Gray has become popular because it feels sophisticated and calming without being as sedating as blue. However, too much gray can feel depressing, especially in climates with limited sunlight. The key is choosing grays with warm undertones and balancing them with textures and warmer accent colors. Beige and taupe create psychological comfort and stability. They're grounding colors that make people feel secure and relaxed, which is why they're so popular in bedrooms and living spaces, where comfort is paramount. So why do we all end up with the same beige walls and gray everything? Because deep down we're all just trying to avoid becoming the neighborhood's cautionary tale about that person who painted their living room hot pink. We'd rather live in spaces that look like a hotel lobby than risk Karen from the HOA having opinions about our lime green kitchen. God forbid someone at the dinner party mentions that your purple bathroom is bold, and we all know bold is just polite for "what were you thinking?" But here's the thing. While you're playing it safe with your 15th shade of greige, you're basically living in psychological beige purgatory. Your walls are so neutral, they're having an identity crisis. So maybe it's time to stop decorating for people who don't even live there, and start designing for the person who actually has to wake up in that space every morning. Spoiler alert, that's you. Understanding color psychology means you can be intentional about how you want each room to feel and function. Start by identifying the primary purpose of each space and the mood you want to create. For productivity and focus, blues and greens with good natural light for relaxation and rest. For energy, attention, and social connecting, use reds, oranges, or warm yellows. These are especially good as accent tones. For creativity and inspiration, lean purples, teals. For peace, balance, and calming interiors, use greens, soft blues, or warm whites. While color psychology provides a framework, your personal associations and cultural background also influence how colors affect you. Pay attention to your own responses. If a color consistently makes you feel good, trust that instinct, even if it goes against conventional wisdom. Life's too short for walls that have the personality of unflavored oatmeal. Always remember that the only person who has to love your color choices is the one paying the mortgage or the rent. The goal isn't to follow color psychology rules rigidly, but to use this knowledge as a tool for creating spaces that genuinely support your well-being and lifestyle. When you understand why certain colors make you feel certain ways, you can make more intentional choices that serve your daily life rather than just looking good in photos. Your home's color palette is working on you psychologically every single day. Make sure it's working in your favor. If you're trying to incorporate color into your space and having a difficult time, then just DM Gail below. She would love to help you with any of your design questions for free. Until next time, and please like and subscribe.